Have you ever wondered what goes through your dog's mind as you head out the door? Do the hours you're away blur together? Or does your dog possess a hidden clock, ticking away the seconds until your return? Welcome to Kinship Paws. Today, we're embarking on a scientific journey to understand if dogs have a sense of time. We'll explore the internal rhythms, biological mechanisms, and emotional intelligence that tell your dog exactly when to expect you. The answer isn't as simple as them reading a clock. It's a complex interplay of biology, memory, and routine. To understand it, we must first look at the most fundamental timekeeper in any living creature, the biological clock. This is the circadian rhythm. It's an internal 24-hour cycle that governs sleep, hunger, and hormone release. Just like in humans, this rhythm is a core part of your dog's physiology.
But the circadian rhythm is just the foundation. It sets the general time of day. To measure the precise duration of your absence, your dog likely relies on a different system, the oscillation of specific hormones.
Take cortisol, the stress hormone. Studies suggest that cortisol levels in dogs rise and fall predictably throughout the day, but they also spike in anticipation of a significant event, like their owner's return. This hormonal clock starts ticking the moment you leave. As those molecules fluctuate, they create a metabolic timeline inside your dog's body, a kind of internal hourglass. Another powerful timekeeper is a full bladder or an empty stomach. These physical cues are undeniable markers of time passing. A dog knows that a full bladder means it's been a while since the last walk. Similarly, the feeling of hunger is a potent timer. If you always feed your dog at 5 p.m., their body learns to anticipate that meal. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, begins to rise hours beforehand. But biology isn't the whole story. To truly understand how a dog perceives time, we have to look at memory. Do they just feel the time, or do they remember the events that mark it? For a long time, science believed animals lived only in the present, but research into episodic-like memory suggests dogs can recall specific past events, the what and where of a moment. This is crucial. It means your dog can associate your return not just with a time on a clock, but with the sequence of events that typically follows. You walking in, the jingle of keys, and the happy reunion. This is where scent becomes the ultimate time-telling tool. Your dog's nose is not just powerful, it's a sophisticated chronometer capable of measuring the passage of time through the decay of smell. When you leave the house, you leave behind a scent shadow. Your smell is the strongest right at the door and gradually fades over time. It's a chemical clock. This is how your dog knows if you've been gone for 10 minutes or 10 hours. The concentration of your scent molecules in the house decreases at a predictable rate. It's a real-time clock only they can read. So, how does all this science translate into the behavior we actually see? Let's follow a typical day and witness the internal clock in action. It starts before you even leave, the pre-departure cues. Putting on specific shoes, grabbing your bag. These are Pavlovian signals that trigger a specific memory and expectation in your dog. The door closes. For your dog, the scent timer is now set. The concentration of your smell in the room is at its peak. The countdown has begun. In the first hour, your dog might settle down. They aren't necessarily sad. They're simply entering a rest state, guided by their circadian rhythm, which dictates rest after a period of activity. But as the hours pass, the internal timers converge. The scent is fading, the bladder is filling. The hormonal return anticipation begins to build, pulling them from their rest.
This is often misinterpreted as them knowing the time. In reality, they are reacting to a perfect storm of biological and sensory data telling them that the return event is statistically imminent. Then the moment arrives, the key in the lock. This sound is the final piece of the memory puzzle, instantly connecting the anticipation with the reality of your return. The explosion of joy you see isn't just happiness. It's the culmination of a complex neurological and physiological process. It's relief, confirmation, and the peak of that hormonal anticipation. However, it's crucial to understand what this sense of time is not. Your dog is not sitting there consciously thinking, it's 5:15, Susan is late. Dogs do not understand abstract numerical time. They don't grasp hours or minutes. Their time is associative and rhythmic, based on the predictable sequences of their daily life. This is why a disruption in routine is so disorienting for them. If you come home 3 hours late, you haven't broken a time rule, you've broken a sequence of events they were expecting. This can cause anxiety, not because they think you're late, but because the biological and sensory cues that signal your return have all expired without the expected payoff.
But what about long-term memory? Does your dog remember you after a week-long vacation? Absolutely. And the length of your absence plays a role in the intensity of the reunion.
Scent memory is incredibly robust. Your unique odor profile is encoded deeply in your dog's brain. Even after years, that smell will trigger recognition and positive associations. This is why a dog can be adopted and years later show recognition of a previous owner. The scent memory persists, a permanent timestamp in their mind. However, the episodic detail, the what of that memory, likely fades faster. They remember you, but they may not remember the specific walk you took 5 years ago. Understanding your dog's sense of time isn't just fascinating science, it has practical benefits for their well-being and your relationship. First, it highlights the importance of routine. A predictable daily schedule aligns with their internal rhythms, reducing anxiety and creating a sense of security. If your routine must change, you can use their scent-based timekeeping to help. Leaving an unwashed piece of clothing with your scent can provide a comforting anchor. This item acts as a high-concentration scent source that degrades more slowly than the ambient scent in the air, offering a more gradual and less anxious timer. Secondly, it reframes how we view their anticipation. They aren't obsessed with the clock. They are emotionally and biologically attuned to their most important social bond. So, do dogs have a sense of time? The answer is a profound yes, but it's a time measured in scents and rhythms, in hormones and habits, not in hours and minutes. Their waiting is not a passive counting of seconds. It's an active biological process of anticipation built on a love so strong it creates its own dimension of time. Every time you walk through that door, you're not just ending your dog's wait, you're fulfilling a complex prediction their entire being has been working towards since you left. Remember, the next time your dog greets you at the door, you're witnessing one of nature's most beautiful expressions of loyalty, biology, and love.